on, everyone? This is John Bossi here at the 2012 Mr. Olympia Expo, and you always got to keep an eye out for who you might find here. I'm doing a little coverage from Mike Newman's Inside Natural Bodybuilding, and we were sitting here talking, Kiyoshi Moody, Ryan Doris, and myself, and I said, let's do an interview, gentlemen. This seems like a perfect opportunity, kind of the two generations of natural bodybuilding champions right here on one floor. So let's start with Kiyoshi. Obviously, you've been involved in the sport for a long time, seen a lot of guys come and go. And you've seen Ryan Doris come up over the last couple of years. What stands out about Ryan, and what do you see in his future?
You know, it's more of his approach to bodybuilding. It's not so much, you know, it's the mental approach that he has, which is very, very good. And that's something that you do need in this sport, you know, to be mentally strong and, you know, to be able to adapt to everything. And as far as like body part wise, you know, this kid has a sick. When he pulls his back double bi, man, that's like I told you. I said, you know, you look like a mini Ronnie Coleman. I go, so, you know, you just don't worry about them. But, you know, he looks like a mini Ronnie Coleman to me. So, you know, it's just his approach on everything in life. You know, I'm really, actually, I'm kind of envious of it. I go, you know, everything that he goes through and, you know, just the approach that he does take.
Gotcha. And Ryan, obviously, you've looked up to a lot of guys, followed a lot of guys over the years, Rico, Kiyoshi, etc. What about Kiyoshi stands out to you?
I think that above all, the thing that kind of trips me out is that every single person I've looked up to, I've became friends with, and that's the thing that really kind of trips me out. And not only do they see me, but they respect me as equals. You know what I mean? Like I went from these relationships to that it used to be like when I first started talking to Yoshi, it was, yo kid, stay this, do this, do this. Now it's like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Now it's like, I was like, well, this guy's my competition now, you know what I mean? So the correspondence over the years, that trips me out. It's just like, I still look up to these guys and I'm still huge fans of them, but at the same time, like, we're on the same plane of competition. So I mean, I think honestly the thing I can say the most about Kiyoshi is that this guy's got one of the sharpest eyes. Like, been riding with me since I was an amateur. I mean, I had no open overall under my back. I was just a novice champ, you know. And this guy, like, he saw me and always gave me advice. Always. I mean, I didn't reach out. He would reach out to me, check and see how I was doing. So just the love that him and guys like Rico have given to me, and Lane, like I'm super lucky, man. I'm just fortunate, super fortunate, man. So
awesome sport for sure. So you kind of set yourself up there, saying he's now your competition. So will we ever see Kiyoshi Moody and Ryan Doris on the same stage?
No.
Why is that?
No, I'm just kidding. I can't speak for Ryan, but you never know what the future holds. You know, I have no idea. You know, our paths cross. You know, I don't know if we're going to compete against each other. I couldn't tell you. You know, I never thought after, you know, the Natural Olympia 2 years ago, I'd never compete against Rico again. But, you know, I'll compete him against, you know, in November. Yep. I'm up against him again. So, you know, I hope not, because I'm telling you, this kid, man, I can't even call him a kid no more, man, because, you know, when he turns around to the back, I'm not saying his front's bad, but when he turns around to the back, I'm like, you know, shit. he looks retarded. You know, his back double bi, his glutes and his hamstrings. I'm like, so I have like pictures in my head, like, well, shit. You know, just like with Rico, I know the conditioning that he brings. I think in my head, I'm like, shit, I got to bring that conditioning too. And now, you know, you see Ryan, I go, damn. You see his back double bi. First time I saw it, I was like, damn, I got to step my game up even more. But the thing is, I'm getting a little bit older now, so I'm not sure how many years I have left. So maybe we might see each other on stage, maybe not. I couldn't tell you yes or no.
So Ryan, you've competed against the likes of Justin Ferguera and Cleveland Thomas at this point. What were your thoughts be on competing against a champ like Kiyoshi Moody?
Let's do it. You know, like, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan, and I love these guys to death. I admire them, but don't ever think for a second like I'm afraid to go to war with anyone. And I think that's the reason why I'm here, you know, as their equal. Like when I saw Cleveland pumping up, I'm looking at him like, oh man, that dude just looks whatever. Like, dude, when I saw him on the judging panel at Universe, like, I looked him dead in the face. I was like, motherfucker, you see me? Like, let's do, you know what I mean? Like, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So like, I have this spirit where it's like, I'm never been afraid to get in there and go get it. You know, I've never been afraid of anyone. You know, win, loss, last first. You know, but in the same token, it's this good balance of respect, and also this good balance is like, dude, I'm not afraid of you. You know, let's get in there and go. So if I were to ever compete against them, that animal mode would be turned on the day of competition. You know, every 6 months out, whatever, dude, boy, let's, you know, we're good. 2 days out, we're good. You know, meeting and everything, but prejudging, open man, pump up, done. That at that moment, it's done deal. You know, so that's it for me. It's like a little switch. So it's all love and then it's all war. You know, so that's
makes
the way
sense. Good trades to have. So, thinking about just the sport of natural bodybuilding, obviously, Kiyoshi, you've been around for a while. You've seen a lot of the changes that have happened. And Ryan, I feel like you're kind of coming to your prime at a time when the sport's really growing. There's a lot going on, a lot of things that we didn't see years ago. I'll just go Kiyoshi first and Ryan next. Just kind of your reflections on the state of the sport and where it's going.
You know, when I competed back in 1998, and then, you know, I've watched the sport even before that. You know, it's as far as like, you know, it's grown so much as far in terms of publicity, monetary values, ethics, you know, even testing. You know, everything has grown so much, and it's going to continue to grow. Even, you know, when myself and Rico are done and gone, we're retired. You know, you got guys like Ryan, Doris, and Lane Norton. You guys got all these guys that are coming up. You know, they're the future, and they're going to push this sport into the next millennium. It's going to be even crazier. You know, everybody talks about genetics, you know, how everybody's getting better and better. These guys are getting better and better and better. You go even further back in the, you know, old days of, like, you know, Ed Corney, Lee Labrada, all those guys, Richard Sparry, all those guys, way back then, you know, how much everything has evolved from then until now. And then now natural bodybuilding from us, you know, even like a John Hansen back then, you know, compared to now. And just imagine, like himself, you know, Ryan, Doris, 10 years from now. I mean, you know, all these guys are going to push the sport. The monetary value is going to go up. You know, these guys, you know, there's going to be, you know, right after that, once he gets up there, you know, he's already there. But 10 years from now, there's going to be guys looking up to him. We're going to be in the same position. He's going to be in the same position. And it's going to be even crazier when I'll tell you, I'll be on the judging panel. I'm going to be like, damn. I'm going to pull out a picture. I'm like, remember this, man? I go, this is how we used to look like. This is what they look like now. I go, they even look retarded. They look not even, we probably have a different word by then. Yeah. But it's going to be even crazier. So it's getting better and better every single year. And everybody's getting younger and younger. You know, you see teens now, man, they look like right away, they on something. Like, damn. But the thing is, you know, with all the different, technologies and, you know, the advancement of just like foods, and, you know, the foods are getting better. Everybody's learning new things, you know, going to school, you know, and learning stuff. You know, it's different. So, you know, that's one thing. It's going to keep on advancing. And like I said, you know, with Ryan, you know, imagine him 5 years down the line, 7 years down the line. I go, he's going to be untouchable. He's going to be very untouchable.
Point taken. And then Ryan, like I said, you know, you've come into the sport, and I feel you're kind of fast approaching your prime. And a lot of changes are happening in the sport. Just kind of reflect on, you know, what you've seen change in the short time you've been involved and what's to come.
Well, like I said, I haven't been around that long. You know, I only got into the sport 2007. I was first aware. In 2009, I competed first. So, for me, it's just a matter of, like I always say, it's that respect. I've always taken the wisdom of them. You know, like, I wasn't around for those 98 Musclemania shows not getting paid. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't around for those years. Like, I just got all my checks. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't say I want to be the guy who's going to carry the torch. I can't say that. You know, injury can happen, life happens. You never know what happens. Would I love to be part of this next generation that hopefully will kind of take us to that level of respect? You know, like, you remember the years when powerlifters and bodybuilders had beef. Like, look at them now. Look at this. You know, it's all the same thing almost now. So I want to get to that point where when people look at natural bodybuilding, it's like, it's just like they don't look down on us. You know, and we have that total respect. So. For me, it's more of the recognition of the sport, less of me and how good I'll do. You know, it's about more of the aggregate approach and more of like how everybody's going to do in this. And hopefully, all these kids out here who look up to me and wanna be like me, hopefully they can get aggressive and step their game up, because that's what you have to do to take anything in life to the next level, man. So
absolutely. Definitely follow Ryan's vlogs if you haven't been. Some good advice there. Kiyoshi, you have a YouTube channel as well?
Excel Fitness, or you can go to my website, KiyoshiMoody.com, or you can, you know, check out the videos that I have online.
Gotcha. A lot of ways to get in touch with these guys. I'd asked Kiyoshi a little earlier about what are his kind of 1 or 2 tips for just anyone that's coming up in the sport. What is the keys to success? And not to put you on the spot or anything, Ryan, but if you got 1 or 2 that come to mind, let's hear them.
Physically, it sounds so cheesy. Always have a full range of motion. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't just lift for the fun of lifting. Feel the muscle belly, feel the insertion point, and let it hurt. It hurts. There's nothing you can do about it. Also, I would say in terms of mental aspect of it, don't ever for a second feel sorry for yourself, you know, because him and he's having knee problems. You know, I had a hernia many years ago, and it was flaring up this entire prep. Like, you work around it. Stop complaining. Stop crying. Stop making excuses. Like, stop standing around and feeling bad for yourself. So, I mean, I could say, hey man, we're doing right here. Hey. So I'll definitely say, man, don't feel bad for yourself. Get out there, and if you want something, take it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, years ago I was coming up here, I'd be like, hey, I'm Ryan, I'm blah, blah, blah. Now I walk up here, he knows exactly who I am, all because I took what I wanted. So,
definitely good advice for anything in life. Well, that's going to wrap things up. This is John Bossy. I'm here with Kiyoshi Moody and Ryan Doris. We're at the 2012 Mr. Olympia Expo. This is Inside Natural Bodybuilding. Thanks for watching.
I look up to the sky, and now the world is mine. I've known it.